Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 20 of our Minnesota Twins rebuild here on Out of the Park Baseball 27. Last we left off, we had finished the trade deadline, played through some games in August, and I made the executive decision to play a handful of series off stream. That way we can get to the playoffs a little bit quicker. In case anyone needs a quick trade deadline recap, one can be provided. First, we made, I think, a minor trade. Owen Miller, who was in AAA for a bit, then a utility infielder for us. We traded to the Rockies, where he played for a little bit in 2025. He was their AAA guy. We sent him back there because simply, I mean, the production just was not there. Sub 600 OPS, sub 300 on base. He was worth negative WAR. Defensively, with us, we played him mainly at second and third base. He wasn't particularly inspiring at either spot. Quickly realized, I guess the Rockies are trying him out as a right fielder. Good luck to them on that. And then we packaged in Dasan Hill, who is a reliever, but looks like the Rockies are moved him back to a starting rotation. I think Dasan Hill is probably going to become a pretty good pitcher. Coors Field, maybe not so much. And in exchange, we got Tyler Freeman, who is our current backup utility infielder. He is also suspended at the moment because he got into a brawl in a win against the Cubs. So, yeah. If you want to compare Owen Miller with Tyler Freeman, I think Owen Miller has the better bat. However, defensively, Freeman has 10 better range and he's much better in the outfield. So, especially if you're talking the second base shortstop spots, like Freeman can do it. Owen Miller just simply could not. And so that was a minor deal. Kind of an in the middle deal is we traded Bruce Dargrattarol, who, of course, since trading him, he's been awesome for the Tigers because, of course, he was a free agent signing for us in the offseason, 3 years, $6.75 million. Team opt out before year three. And he just didn't do good. Like it's fundamentally as simple as that. ERA of 6, WHIP of 155, gave up 1.5 home runs per outing. Ks weren't where we wanted to be. 380 BABIP. Like our bullpen right now, like the quality is production wise the best in the league. And so I have a lot of guys fighting for all these spots. And Bruce Dar, I think, just the stuff was not playing. So we sent him to the Tigers, where he'll probably win a Reliever of the Year award next year. In exchange, though, we got a pretty good prospect haul. We got 3 players. First, Kokoro Watanabe. The reason I got him is obvious. He could have 85 gap power. Enough said. Can he play defense? No. Does he have the worst eye in history? Yes. But does he have 80 speed? Also, yes. So, I mean, what a fun project. We also got Yendi Gomez, who I think could become a piece in our bullpen. Obviously, the fear with these, 2 pitch relievers is that if one of them doesn't hit its potential, you're really in trouble. But I like him. He'll be in AAA the rest of the season, obviously, and then might have a chance at making the team next season. And then the main get is Sal Roque, who could, not saying he will, could become one of our franchise staples in the rotation for years to come. He has the potential to have a 70 curve, 60 splitter, 55 fastball changeup, 50 control, good stuff overall, 65 stamina. I like it. He was playing in rookie ball for the Tigers and didn't do well. I kind of put a stop to that and put him in our Complex League because, I mean, the man was getting killed. So we kind of put him, dialed it back a little bit. But he's a guy that I think will definitely develop into a good rotational piece for us. And then finally, this was the biggest trade, I'd say. We made the executive decision to trade Pablo Lopez. Um, Part of this is simply that we weren't going to extend him. And so, would our team benefit from, another 2 months of regular season and the playoffs of Pablo, or say Mick Abel, and then whatever return we could get from Pablo? We made the decision to send him to the Mets, who could extend him. Part of the other reason I traded him is I think his percentiles are fine. Some of the underlying numbers are a bit shaky. His ERA was a 4.3 with us. His expected ERA is a 3.5, so not the biggest difference there. But 1.5 whip. I think walks were down, Ks were up, which was good, but 327 BABIP was hence the whip problems. I think odds are we might look back on this and regret this trade, especially if, we run into some pitching struggles in the playoffs. But we got a great return. Four players. Let's start in the back. Cade Bellew is just your classic defensive first, little bit of speed outfielder. The bat could develop into something, but odds are he's just going to be a minor league guy, kicking the tires around for a bit. Probably will level out in high A or double A. Pretty good organizational depth to have. The three guys that I think could actually become something. First of all, Ronald Hernandez at catcher. I like him. I don't quite know how his potential is only a 45. But who knows? The Mets had him in AAA. I think that's a bit too much for him right now. Um, the percentiles are grim, obviously. He has a three. He's in the 83rd percentile for fielding run value in AAA. In AA at the moment, he's not eligible, but it looks. We're going to call that like a 55, 60 percentile. If he hits his potential, I mean, he's a great catcher. No real power to speak of, so be it. But he's got really good speed, decent behind the dish. He could be our future catcher. And we have Eduardo Tai in AAA, obviously. But with Ronald Hernandez not far behind, I think that's a really good get. Then we got Joel Diaz, who I like the profile. I don't love the production. I think that is safe to say. Again, the Mets had him in AAA and he just got shelled. So we have him in AA for a bit. He could have 4 above average solid pitches, but the control is a little scary at 40. He might need to be moved to a reliever at some point, but if he hits his potential on these pitches, I think we could have something there, but probably out of the bullpen. And then the big get is Edward Lantigua, who in real life has had a very nice start to the season in the Mets minor league. In game, he bounced around quite a bit, single A, double A this season. We have him split the middle at high A. Great defensive outfielder. If the bat develops, like he could be our right fielder for a few years, and we'd really like that because right field is the one position that we need an upgrade because Matt Wallner just needs the DH, and the sooner I can open up a spot for him there, we're good. Those are the trades. I think overall, I'm happy with the haul. Losing Pablo Lopez, so be it. But I think we're in a pretty good place. In the interim, I called up Cody Funderburk to be Brewstar Gratterol's replacement. So far in August, he's done pretty good. 7 games, sub 1 whip, only allowed 6 hits and 1 run. Been pretty good. Right now, Funderburk is on the outside looking in for a bullpen spot next year. But if he impresses down the stretch, he's not going to cost much in arbitration. Could always keep him around. Certainly. Um, Everyone's favorite Julian Merriweather was also called up because Cole Sands got hurt. He did pretty well in August also, 2.45 ERA in about 7 innings, but he's currently in the DFA waiver process as we are unlikely to bring him back. As a reminder, I think it shows up in the BNN page. We cut him, and then because he refused a minor league assignment, so we released him, ate his contract, and then signed him to a minor league deal, which is kind of funny when you put it like that. Also, Royce Lewis. So last episode, he torn his quad, and it said he would be out for 2 to 3 weeks. For those of you doing the math at home, it has been a month. Royce Lewis has had a setback where now his recovery time is still 2 weeks away, which is a little scary. Overall, he hadn't been that injury prone. In 2026, he only missed less than a week for 2 injuries. This year, though, the strained oblique cost him 4 weeks. The torn quadriceps is going to cost him a month and a half. I'm a little worried about that. However, when he's been healthy this year, he's been really good. He's under contract for 1 more season. Hopefully, he can return to form, do really well. Framber Valdez, who himself had the rotator cuff strain. He immediately came back from that and then had a sore ankle. In the handful of starts post coming back from injury, he has looked a little shaky. So hopefully he can get back to that today. So that's just a really quick update where we're at. Now let's talk record. We are 72-49. That'll do. Currently, for those curious, in terms of best record, we hold the third best record in baseball, best record in the American League, but the Mets, 81-42, Phillies are 73-49. We're playing pretty good baseball. The Tigers are 5 games behind us in the division, so they could theoretically catch us, but we're 10.5 games up on the wild card, so suffice to say, barring a collapse, the playoffs are guaranteed. For the series I played off stream, the Red Sox took 2 out of 3 against us, but then we swept the Orioles, including a 16-2 complete decimation. Like 6 players had home runs. It was a great time. We destroyed them. And then took 2 out of 3 from the White Sox, including 2 games, which lasted until the 12th inning, and then just swept the Cubs. So now we're staring down the barrel of the Royals, the Cardinals, and the Phillies. So this is going to be a pretty big series going forward. And then September, just a bunch of divisional opponents and some NL Central hangovers. On the injury front, Royce Lewis, 2 weeks out. Kalen Culpepper, who got injured off stream, which I don't hate because, as you can tell, he has not done that well this season. He's out for a week. And then Connor Prelip is also coming back. He's going for a minor league rehab assignment immediately while I figure out just what to do with him. And I did do the math, unfortunately. Ryan Burr, 7 weeks out, which means he is going to miss the entire season, which is a shame. He was arguably our best bullpen arm last year and then tore his UCL. Oh. Anywho, all right, let's get into some games. We got the Royals up with Mick Abel getting the start, who obviously benefited from the Pablo Lopez trade. At the moment, in terms of where we're at, Culpepper is injured and Tyler Freeman is suspended, which means Jose Fermin and Levon Soto are going to get some games here. Not exactly where we wanted to be in life, but that's just kind of how things have gone as of late. So, without further ado, let's rock and roll. Nick Pavetta for the Royals, Mick Abel for your Twins. I think my plan for today is, classic. Try to go for probably around a 2 hour or so stream, get through a decent amount of games. And then I think Walker Jenkins, solo home run, we're winning it all. Lead off home run to get us started. I'll forgive the interruption. We'll get into September, and then depending how far we get, I might not even play any games off stream, and then we'll finish up September with a stream tomorrow, the 29th. That's my plan, at least. We'll see how well it goes. As Buxton walks, I am definitely going to run on Adrian del Castillo. And he can't get Buxton. See if Trey Morgan can bring him home. Answer: no, he cannot. But we're on the board. Take what we can get. Nothing for the Royals. Alan Roden, who is playing third base for the first time in his life, and he's doing pretty terribly as we expected. It's affecting his WAR quite a bit because he'd definitely be worth more than 0.3 WAR with his run production. But, here we are. Unfortunately, we have way too many outfielders, so that's just kind of where I'm at in terms of short-term experimentation, because Walker Jenkins is always going to be in left, Buxton is always going to be in center, and Matt Wallner is terrible defensively, but he's in right field because Trey Morgan is my DH. That does not leave a lot of opportunity for the rest, as Mike Yastrzemski walks. 2 on, 1 out. Michael Massey, who also walked on 4 pitches. And he walks in Adrian del Castillo. All right, we're just going to, visit the mound, bop Mick Abel upside the head. And he hit Gutierrez. Fair enough. He has now walked in 2 runners as Michael Garcia grounds out, but it does score a third. Oy vey. Ozzy Albies found his way to Kansas City. He flies out there. Chase Mydroth has been awesome for us since we acquired him from the White Sox a couple episodes ago. But I think definitely, especially looking at his fielding splits, he is a second baseman. I think short is a little rough. So I think next year the plan is still Mydroth at second, Culpepper at short, but Culpepper needs to start hitting the baseball, or else we are in trouble. As Luke Keeschel swings and misses to the bottom of the third. Clean inning from Mick. And now Matt Wallner and Buxton are aboard. Trey Morgan pops it up. Man, I think down the stretch, I might sit Trey Morgan a little bit more, move Matt Wallner to DH, and give like Gabriel Gonzalez some more looks. I think that'll be especially helpful long term because I like Trey Morgan, but I don't know if he's the long-term answer at DH. He did, however, Roden just got me a 2 RBI double. That'll play. And Fermin walks. All right, 2 on for Miguel Amaya with the chopper, and he beats it out without a throw. Fair enough. Bases loaded. Mydroth hits it into right. That is down. That should score 1, maybe even 2. Never mind. Jose Fermin has 45 speed. Walker Jenkins, swing and a miss. Luke Keeschel hits it up into left and gone. A grand slam for the first baseman. 397 feet. That'll do. Something we talked about last episode is getting an extension done for Luke Keeschel. I looked off stream. He wants a pretty penny. I'll look at it here after this game in terms of sort of what he wants. As the bases are loaded once again, we're going to get Cole Sands warming up. And Michael Garcia gets it down. They just have Mick Abel's number. I'll let him face Ozzy Albies, and then that's it. Nope. Line drive into left. Scores another. I think that will be it for Mick Abel. Not his day. See if Cole Sands can give me some outs. Nope. Caglione hits it into center. I hope you bought the over on this game, folks. 8-7 ball game. Mickey Moniak gets it down. Oh, brother. Well, it is first to 12. All of those 8 runs were on Mick Abel's stat line. But any more, and they'll be on Sands. Caglione goes home, and he is out at home on the relay. Very good from Matt Wallner there. He has a 60 arm, but his arm rating in game has just been very terrible. As Jose Fermin walks once again, the man is in the 97th percentile for walks and Ks, which is very impressive. As Miguel Amaya gets it down in center, that'll score Buxton, and we regain the lead with the RBI single. Come on, Mydroth. Rude. Quit trying to pick off your fellow catcher, your counterpart. How could you? And my jaw struck out. All right. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and Cole Sands is fatigued. I'm fatigued by watching him pitch. I accept that he's in the red, but I'm letting him face. All right. He gets to fly out there, but that'll definitely be it for Cole Sands. Do I want Mason Montgomery? Actually, yeah, I do. I think we're going to go Montgomery first. As Caglione is aboard, Mickey Moniak gets it into center. That's going to score Caglione. Pretty good throw, just a touch late. And Buxton is hurt. All right. Emmanuel Rodriguez is going to come in to take center, obviously. Oh, boy. Well, that sucks. We'll look and see what the injury is after the game. As Pasquantino flies out to left. I really said we had like the best bullpen in baseball in terms of production, and then Cole Sands and Mason Montgomery just imploded. That tracks. Why would you not go to third there? Allen, I know your speed isn't great, but come on. It's hit to the opposite side of the mound from you. All right. Miguel Amaya pops that up. Let's get Cantorino warming up. Oh, geez. I believe in you, Matt. And both runs scored. My belief should not have been held. All right, he gets me the eighth at least. All right, in case we tie it up, we're getting Watanabe ready to roll. Let's see if we can get 2 runs here against their closer, Garrett Clevenger. And he hits Matt Wallner. I'm going to leave him in the game instead of having a pinch runner. As Emmanuel Rodriguez lines out. Very good catch there from Caglione. Trey Morgan strikes out looking. Alan Roden, our last chance. Hits it to second. Oh, the error. Biblical scenes. All right. I'm going to pinch hit here for Jose Fermin. Adley Rushman is going to get the bat with a chance to tie the ball game. 1-1 count. He hits it into center. It's down. Run, Matt Wallner. He holds up. That's honestly fine with me. The difference is the same in terms of runs. Miguel Amaya hits to second. They go to first. Down he goes. All right, we drop it 11-9. Our bullpen got destroyed. I know Cole Sands had no earned runs, but good Lord, the man allowed a bajillion hits in that doom of a 4th inning. Offensively, I mean, we did pretty good. 13 hits. Alan Roden had 4 hits. Very impressed with him. But yeah, Mick Abel got popped, unfortunately. All right, let's advance today. Let's look at Byron Buxton's injury. It is a heel soreness. He's going to miss 1 game. Also, if you didn't watch last episode, his injury proneness has officially upgraded to wrecked because he has had now, 12? Yeah, he had, I think, 10 injuries he had, and then he became wrecked. It was this oblique strain that missed a month that did it. So that is something. And listen, we're going to play him in the outfield. There is no point in DHing Buxton. Like, his fielding run value is a 3.8. He has a positive zone rating at center, 6 assists, and a positive arm. Sure, it increases the chance of him being injured, but I need him in the outfield. End of discussion, really. All right, fresh scouting reports on a couple guys that were hurt before. Framber Valdez, his overall and potential both dropped to 55. That's a little bit worrisome. Gabriel Gonzalez, no change, which is good because it means that his increased current contact at the moment is real. We just need that to manifest itself somehow. All right, let's go into game 2 against the Royals with the aforementioned Valdez. Buxton obviously is going to sit. I'm going to have Gabriel Gonzalez bat 4th. Walker Jenkins is going to take center field. He'll lead off. I think that is my current plan. Miguel Amaya DH. He is cold. I think actually let's do this. Alan Roden will DH. And he'll bat, let's say, 6th. Mydroff moves up. Levon Soto takes short. Jose Fermin takes 3rd. Think I like that. That gives me a little bit more flexibility with my infield and moving Roden to DH. That's my plan. May it succeed. Fromber, I believe in you. Oh, the Royals strike first. Up 1-0. All right, they walk Mydroff. See if Jose can bring him home. Nope. That is a no. Negative ghost rider. All right, he walks Soto. So 2 on for Jenkins. Luke Keeschel pops it up to right. Nothing there for us. But hey, the bottom of the lineup got aboard. That does make things a little. Just take the walk, Matt. Take the walk. Good man. Wellner walks. Gonzalez promptly grounds out. But it advanced the runner. And with 1 out, I'll take that trade. Rushman walks. Chris Bubich is at 60 pitches in the 4th inning. And a full count walk to Rodin. Surely they pull him. They leave him in to face Mydroth. He swings, hits it right at the second baseman for the RBI ground out. We do tie it up, though. And Jose Fermin hits it to the shortstop. Oh, Tyler Tolbert with the error. Is Bobby Witt Jr. hurt? Yep. No Bobby Witt. And the pass squatch also sprained his knee. Oh, God. The Royals, they're dropping like flies. And Soto swings at a pitch that's in the opposite batter's box. And he wonders why he's in AAA most of the year. Nothing in the 5th for us. Massey's aboard for Tolbert. Hits it to short. Soto in time. Very good, very good. All right, let's see if we can get something going here. As the Royals move to the bullpen, I'm hoping I can get one more inning out of Fromber. But he did have back-to-back injuries, so I'm not trying to pitch him insanely long. Rushman hits it deep to center, off the wall. That's an out-of-reach wall ball if ever I've seen one. That should score Gonzalez. It looks like he stayed at 3rd. So be it. Rodin does not walk, instead grounds out to the pitcher. Chase Mydroth be the hero. Hits it to 3rd. They get him. I'm going to let Jose Fermin hit here. Vindication as he hits it to the warning track in center field. That'll score both. A very lovely 2 RBI double for Jose Fermin as he tries to get a roster spot for next season. And Soto strikes out. Not his best day, it must be said. I'm going to let Fromber face Malcar Garcia and Mickey Moniak. We'll see how it looks after that. Michael hits it into left. Yeah, Gabriel not getting that one. I'll let him face a tired Mickey Moniak, though. Hits it to second, gets the relay. Hey, Carter Jensen, you better worse against lefties. You are worse. Do the stats bear that out? Yes, they do. All right, Fromber staying in. Unfortunately, the math did not go our way. RBI single. That'll be it for Fromber. Bring in David Festa. Oh, they got the double play. Goodness gracious me, David Festa. Fair enough as Matt Wellner pops it up to the first base side. FedEx driver nearly rammed the trash can outside of the trash cans, I should say. There's like 3 outside the houses here. That was quite funny to watch in real time. All right, I'm going to give Festa the 7th. You know what? Maybe I won't actually. Perhaps I was lying. 2 on, nobody out. Michael Massey hits it to the pitcher. Festa tried for the double play again. He gets 1 run. All right, get Rojas. He walked him. I really said we had the best bullpen in terms of production, and now they're all imploding. That's what I deserve. My hubris. I also can't believe that ball got down. All right, Cody Funderburk, I'm hitting the half inning button. Good luck. All right, tie ball game. 2 on. I'm going to pinch hit here for Soto. Trey Morgan is going to get the bat with Mydroth and Fermin aboard. He hits it deep to right field. Gone. A pinch hit 3-run homer. Trey Morgan. Fair play. Good, sir. That'll do nicely. That is crazy. It's Walker Jenkins, swing and a miss. All right, so defensive subs, I'm going to make 2 of them. Jenkins is going to go to left. Emmanuel Rodriguez is going to come in for Gabriel Gonzalez and take center. And then everyone's going to shift over. Luke Keishel's going to go to second. Trey Morgan's going to first. Mydroth is going to short. Fermin stays at third. That's the move. Jose Fermin, or not Jose Fermin. Cody Funderburk, clean inning. Think we'll get Watanabe ready. Unless Adley Rushman wants to hit a home run here. He does hit it deep to center. Not deep enough. All right. Bottom of the 9th. Watanabe for the save. Gets it done. We win 7-4. A pinch hit 3-run bomb from Trey Morgan. That'll do nicely. Festa got popped. I'm really happy with Funderburk. He gets the blown save, technically, but really solid. Watanabe's up to 26 saves. He's getting there. Very good, very good. And now Buxton should be back in full health for game 3. Thank you. All right, so we made a couple minor league signings just to get a look at some guys for the last couple months of the season. Cohen Aiken is one. His stuff potential obviously is really good. No movement whatsoever, hence the fact that he walks a bajillion guys. Probably a reliever, but we'll give him a look, see what he does. Mason Morris, he is out for like what? Probably until the end of mid-September with a torn UCL, so he hasn't pitched this year. However, we have very high accuracy, and his pitch potential looks pretty good still. So we'll see what he can do for us down the stretch here. All right, we're just going to sim the finale of the Royal Series. Oh! We lose it 5-6, and Buxton got hurt again. You know what? I don't want to talk about it. We lose 5-6. So the AI made Peckering go long to try to get the save. Would have been, what, a 5-out save? He gave up runs in the 8th and the 9th. Ay. Joe Ryan didn't do great either. 5 2/3, 3 hits, 4 runs. Not great. What's Buxton's injury? Hamstring. The last 2 injuries, heel soreness, 2 days. This one, hamstring soreness, 1 day, which means when I hit finish. Oh, wait, no, I need to get. All right, so Tyler Freeman's back from his suspension. I think the correct decision is Levon Soto here to send him back down. He only appeared in that one game, so feels a little Rough for him. I believe he's out of options. He has one option year left. Fair enough. All right, so he's going down to AAA. Tyler Freeman comes back. Buxton should be fully healthy, and he is. All right. Let us go into game one of the Cardinals series. Taj Bradley on the mound for us. Jose Fermin and Rushman are both tired. Nice. I think here's what we're going to do. We're going to have Alan Roden bat sixth, Mydroth seventh. He'll take over at short, and then Tyler Freeman can take second base. I think that's fine. I kind of want to give Buxton the day off, but like we need his bat right now. So I think he'll play. All right, Taj Bradley for us. Quinn Matthews, the lefty for the Cardinals. Gabriel Gonzalez and Matt Wallner aboard. Come on, Buxton. Justify your. Don't be hurt. Don't be hurt. Don't be hurt. Whoo! If he would have gotten injured on that hit by pitch, like, should I just shut him down for the season? Man's just made of glass. And the wild pitch scores Gonzalez. We'll take what runs we can get. And that's why, as Rodin grounds out to second to end the inning. But we get a run for our trouble. 2 men on. Jordan Walker aboard. Hits it to third. Second for 1. First for 2. Thank you, Jordan Walker. How has J.J. Weatherholt been doing in this save? Oh, that's hilarious. They had him in AAA for most of this season. Never change, AI. Never change. Swing and a miss from Mydroth. Swing and a miss from Miguel Amaya. But you know what? At least he took him to a full count. All right, Freeman walked. Matthews is up to 50 pitches, and we're not even out of the second inning yet. And he just walked Gonzalez on a full count. Luke Keeschel makes him pay, hits it into center. That should score Tyler Freeman, and it does. 2-0 Twins. And Wallner grounds out. But you know what? We're averaging a run an inning, and I think any team in the history of baseball would take that. Though it is now 2-1 as the Cardinals get one back. Come on, Chase. They walked him. Miguel Amaya hits it up to left field and caught. Yeah, I have a bad feeling that I think this month is going to be the last time we see Miguel Amaya. I think I might give Eduardo Tai the backup catching duties in September, but we'll see as Gabriel Gonzalez gets it down in left. Tyler Freeman holds up at third as he is a coward. Keeschel strikes out on a full count. Matt Wallner strikes out on a full count. And Buxton hits it down the left field line. That'll score 1, maybe even both. Does Gabriel have the speed? Evidently so. A double for Byron Buxton. And that is why I'm playing him, even though currently he's getting injured every other game. But it's fine. Oh, Jordan Walker with a home run to give the Cardinals another run. Clean fifth, though. Keeschel's aboard for Wallner, and they intentionally walk him. You want Buxton? Fair enough. You got him. And he hits it to third. Promptly hits in the double play. Fair enough. Good call for the intentional walk, the Cardinals. All right, he got me the 6th. That will definitely be it for Taj Bradley. We're going to pinch hit here. I'm going to give Walker Jenkins the bat since they have switched to a righty out of the bullpen. And I'm vindicated once again as he gets a nice line drive single. Allen Roden hits it deep to right, caught by Walker. What a shame. The Cardinals, low-key, have a really good defense. With Wynn at short, Weatherholt at second, you got Jordan Walker, Dalton Varsho at center. Like, that'll play. Smydroth gets it down. I don't know why Walker Jenkins didn't go on contact there, but not going to question it too much. Come on, Tyler. Hits it to second, and they get him. Man, yeah, Miguel Amaya is definitely regressing to the mean here. I'm going to pull Taj Bradley after 6. I know he's still in the green, but he's getting into that yellow portion. Think we'll just call it there for him. Very good. We're going to go Funderburk for the 8th, and then the 9th will either be Watanabe or Chapa, depending on if it's still a save situation. As Gonzalez strikes out, but Luke Keishlan, Matt Wallner at the corners, Buxton swing and a miss. And Walker Jenkins gets it down and right. Look at him off the bench. That'll do. 5-2 ball game. I'm going to sit Funderburk down so he doesn't get tired. Roden hits it to second. He's got the speed and he beats it out. 6-2 ball game. Mydroff going on contact. Grounds out. All right. But hey, we got 2 insurance runs. I'll take that and like it. I think now actually the plan will change. I'll let Festa try to get another inning. And then go to Funderburk for the 9th to save my bullpen a little as Gonzalez hits it into the outfield. Miguel Amaya not known for his speed, so he holds up at third. Probably the correct decision. As Luke Keishel gets it down in left. Very good, sir. RBI single. Let's see if Matt Wallner has a grand slam in him. Nope. He popped it up 10 feet. There went that plan. Buxton laces it into left. It's down. That should score at least 1, maybe a second. Nope. Everyone holds up. Walker Jenkins is 3 for 3 off the bench. Another RBI single. Here's Allen Roden. And he pops it up. We're either hitting line drive singles or we're just popping it up to the infield every time. It is kind of funny. And we're back to the line drive single as Mydroff gets it down. 10-2 ball game. Miguel Amaya. We've batted around this inning. He hits it for a line drive single. This is death by a bajillion cuts. This isn't even 1,000. Oh, Walker Jenkins is hurt. How bad? Groin tightness 3 days. All right. That's okay. That is okay. As a wild pitch scores another. Let's see if Freeman can clear him. Nope, they walked him. Back to Gabriel Gonzalez in the top of the order. And he strikes him out. Or no, excuse me. That was with 2 strikes. Rounds out. Oh, no, the error. The inning of hell never ends for the Cardinals. 14-2. Luke Keeschel for his seventh at bat. Laces it into left. It's still going, folks. It's still going, everybody. Oh, brother. 15-2. Matt Wallner for AB number 5. They walk him. All right, I'm pinch hitting for Buxton here. We're going to give Emmanuel Rodriguez the bat. And he strikes out. Fair enough. Well, that'll do. Yeah, so Emmanuel Rodriguez is going to center. And then, yeah, I'm going to have Jose Fermin. Whoa. No. I'm going to have Jose Fermin coming to DH on the off chance the Cardinals score 13 runs. Two on, two out. Nolan Gorman, swing and a miss. We beat the Cardinals 15-2. We scored 9 runs in that ninth inning. Thoughts and prayers to the Cardinals bullpen arms. Great outing from Taj Bradley. Festa did really well. Funderburk gets an inning of good work. Walker Jenkins, pinch hitting, had 3 ABs, 3 hits, a run, 2 RBIs. That'll do. That'll do nicely. Really happy with that. And then a 5-hit day for Luke Keeschel. You don't see that every day. 1 double and 4 singles. Oh, boy. God, he's been awesome. All right, in honor of that, let's try to see, as I'll advance the day, let's try to see if we can get a contract figured out here. Because he is now up for arbitration. The estimate for him is 4.2 million, 9, 16, and 22. So I would like a long-term deal. He just turned 25. So if I can do like a 7-year deal, he would want $146 million. Obviously, that's insane. But what I kind of want to do is front load it. I even might do 8. Because that gets me for arbitration for free agency till he's 32. I like that plan. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to extremely front load it. So I'm offering him $30 million. And yes, he is worth this. $30 million year 1 and 2. It will then drop to 28, 28. The other thing is I want to save money, and there's no real way that we're saving money if we do it like this. Let's do it like this. Oh, yeah, we're over. I can't even do that. Hold on. All right, so 26 is the maximum. So let's do 25. Then 26 million for 2 years, 28. Then we'll whoops. Then I think we start dropping things to 22. $18, $16. So we overspend. So 21 overspend, 16 overspend, 8 overspend even. Then we're saving a little bit less than that on the back end. I'm going to do a team option prior to the last year, and let's just call it a $500,000 buyout. This feels a little expensive. I'm going to lowball him a little bit more. I'm just going to drop $1 million off of each number. What say you? the buyout option of 1.6. That's fine, but if you want that, I'm dropping this to 20 million. Okay. We'll submit the offer. 8 years, 176. So that's about 22 million per year. Think that is definitely worth it for a guy of his caliber. He's going to be worth maybe even 5 more this season. Right now he's worth 4. Defensively at first, he's been doing great. I think if he signs that deal, we're very happy campers. Maybe a bit of an overpay for the first couple years, but like if that saves me money on the back end and it means he's here for at least 3 years after ARB, I think we take that. Koenakian, fresh scouting report. Oh, he's worse than we thought. Potential stuff dropped and potential control dropped. Folks, he may not be good, but that's okay. All right, let's play game 2 of the Cardinals series. Walker Jenkins gets the day off. Chase Mydroth gets the day off. So Tyler Freeman will come in and take third base. I need a left fielder. Gabriel Gonzalez. Thank you for volunteering. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Freeman at second. Roden stays at third. All righty. Gordon Grafesco for the Cardinals. And Matt Wallner is on second. Buxton swinging a miss. Yeah, Matt Wallner to Byron Buxton is on occasion a double tap strikeout terror. Actually, I'm going to do the smart thing here. It's going to look wonky because I'm doing it in inning, but I'm going to flip Freeman and Jose Fermin. If I don't, then the entire left side of my infield is terrible. As Dominic Canzone flies out. Nothing for us in the second. Oh, but Nolan Gorman, who is tired, hits a home run off of Zebby. All right, Trey Morgan with a man aboard. Walks. Alan Roden. Chance for some heroics. Hits it deep to center field. Off the wall. That should score a run. Question chat. Hello. Would you recommend this game for a non-baseball fan? Play Football Manager. Same. But don't know if I should pull the trigger on this game. This would be my first iteration of it. Oh, Alan Roden is hurt. He's out for a week. It's fine. I think, yeah, then we're just going to go Freeman over to third, Mydroth to short. Would I recommend this game as a non-baseball fan? Yes. I think I would say it's not as steep a learning curve to say if you were playing Football Manager for the first time with little to no knowledge of football/soccer. I think there would be a learning curve, especially in like a lot of the terminology and the stats similar to FM. Like, especially in this version of the game where you have these percentile rankings that weren't in any previous iterations. And so that's like, an extra third of the screen to confuse you. I wouldn't say you have to familiarize yourself with it first. I mean, it wouldn't hurt. There are a lot of guides on YouTube, both for like if you're getting into baseball just in general, or if you're getting into it through this game. But I think if you're looking to, scratch the Football Manager itch, I mean, out of the park baseball is literally the FM equivalent for baseball. So I think that would definitely help. What would not help is the fact that there are two guys on, and this could go bad for me. It didn't. We're okay. Jose Fermin with a home run against his former team. Ha ha ha. But that is a good question. Wow, I really put the rock. Hold on, hold on. That shouldn't say Rockies. Oh no, hold on. That's hilarious. In Out of the Park Baseball 26, my previous save on this channel, I was the Rockies. I just typed that in out of habit. It should say the Minnesota Twins. We're just gonna errata that. You saw nothing. I like how I did all that and didn't even notice. That's hilarious. Oh boy. But yeah, when I did the Rockies last year, they were also like the worst team in baseball. This year, yeah, they're even worse. They're worse in this game than they were in last year's, which I didn't think was possible. But no, in this game I'm doing the Minnesota Twins, who I think were slated to be one of the worst teams in baseball. They're not doing that bad so far. Um, they're around like the 500 mark at the moment. But I mainly chose them because they're a really nice combination where they're a very young team and they have a couple like really good star players that will at least make it so that I'm not embarrassing. Like Byron Buxton, he's 33. He has wrecked injury proneness. It's fine, but he's also really, really good center fielder. This spot right here, and been doing good offensively. But I think there was a point last year where the average age of my team was like 25. Just kind of funny, all things considered. All right, we're going to get Cantorino warming up. Ideally, Zebby can get me 3 outs, and I'll be a happy man. One down. Burleson, swing and a miss. Dominic Canzone, don't walk him. He didn't walk him. I can't be mad. Got the ground out. Very good from Zebby. As we go to the 7th, nothing doing there. Let's get Cantorino ready to rock. Just notice the match engine is good. Graphics like quite good for a management game. I think I agree. My issue, and you run into this with Football Manager a lot, is you run into some animations where what they're trying to visualize just looks really awkward. Like that is a perfect example. That is clearly trying to illustrate that the runner got thrown out by the catcher, but in the animation, it makes him look like he's just jogging, like he's the slowest man in the history of the world. There is some awkwardness like that. Um, but no, I would agree. I think, especially in terms of management games, I would say the graphics are a touch worse than Football Manager, especially the most recent iteration. But they're not unbearable. I think my first out of the park baseball game was, I pull up Steam like lightning. Out of the park 18. And I think similarly to FM, you don't have that much graphical growth. It's Matt Wallner. Lines out to right. Killing me. Killing me, Smalls. And Rushman grounds out. I think part of the reason the match engine in Out of the Park Baseball especially is really good is while I am quote unquote playing through the game, I have much less effect on what goes on than in Football Manager. I can make stuff, obviously, FM, you have shouts. Here, you have a similar sort of thing where I can, tell him to pitch right at him. So try to get him out, pitch around him to where, if I'm terrified that he's going to hit the ball, make it less so. That sort of thing. I think that also does help. Clean inning there. No insurance runs from me. All right, Watanabe. I believe in you. Well, he allowed a home run to Can Zone. One more run, the Cardinals tie it. And Herrera gets on base. JJ Weatherholt, don't break my heart. Hits it to second. Clean from Fermin. All right, we get the win 3-2. That felt a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, but I guess both teams only had 5 hits, which is pretty grim. How far into the season am I? We are in late August, so there's a little over a month to go. We're 75-51. We are doing quite well for ourselves. I think if we don't make the playoffs, it would be a cataclysmic disaster. Because even if, let's say, the Detroit Tigers, who are 5.5 games back of us, even if they catch us, we'd still then be 4.5 plus 5.5. We'd be 10 games up of the teams out of the playoff spot. So if we don't make the playoffs, it will be a disaster. Unfortunate as that would be kind of funny. Personal message. Ah, yes, the World Baseball Classic offers. Yes. Though I will say, I am overachieving. Like in year one last season, so in other words, the season that's happening in real life, we went 86-76, made the playoffs, and somehow went on a run to the World Series, which is the baseball championship. No shot that happens in real life for the Twins. Also, I'm realizing I did not increase ticket prices. I'm suddenly realizing how much lost revenue we have because I did not increase ticket prices prior to the season. It's fine. We're going to keep them frozen. We will be loved from fans everywhere. Man, everyone is just hurt or tired. So, Alan Roden, when does Royce Lewis come back? 1 week. No, I don't think I'll put him on the injured list. I'm just going to accept that we're going to be pretty thin. I mean, Keishel's also hurt. This is going to be a hideous lineup that I'm going to have to put out right now. I got 2 guys that are tired. One of them's pretty fatigued, and 2 guys that are currently dealing with injuries. This is going to go great. Let's just clear the board. Okay, so that is all set. I need a second baseman and a third baseman. And I'm only really going to be able to get one. I could just play Roden, but I really don't want to. How do I want to do this? I think Tyler Freeman at third. I could just play Luke Keeschel tired. We do have an off day tomorrow. Let's do that. Let's get a little silly. So Keeschel is gonna take second base. And then we'll just go down the list like so. I'm gonna have Matt Wallner DH. And Emmanuel Rodriguez will take right field and bat 7th. That's my plan. My entire bench are injured or tired. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Do you get extra money if you get into the playoffs? Like in soccer, when you get the Champions League, you get $40 million. No. And unfortunately, I went into a game, so I can't show you precisely why. But once I get through this, essentially to explain it is, well, yeah, I mean, flatly, the answer is no. No. In terms of like in FM, you make the Champions League or you make the European League or whatever, you play in a competition and you get an email that's like, you received 12 million in TV rights or something. That, put plainly, does not exist in this game. What does exist is you have, similar to FM, where you have your board that has your budget. Similarly, in here, you have an owner that, depending on some of their personality traits, if you win, they will increase their budget. However, it's not like if you make the playoffs, you get X amount of dollars guaranteed. Famously, and if anyone watching on YouTube watched my Rockies series, when I won the World Series as the Rockies, I think in year 4 or year 5, the owner decreased my budget for next season, which was very hilarious. I'm glad this game does not have like press conferences like FM does, but if it did, I'd leak that to the press. Like, listen, you see what I have to deal with? Meanwhile, we're up 4-0. We're just cruising through this game. Matt Wallner hit a home run. Nope, he struck out. But no, you don't get guaranteed extra money if you make it to the playoff. In theory, you would, because your owner would reward you for, achieving their goals and such. Similar to FM, there is a goal system. I think our goals this year from the owner are win the championship, which was bold, improve at shortstop, which is this position right here, though not for me, this guy right here. And then I think increase attendance, which we've done, and I forget what the other goal was. You'd think I'd know it offhand. I do not. Quit walking people, McAble. Oh boy. Bases are loaded for Jordan Walker. I'm scared. Well, he walked him too. He just walked 3 batters in a row. Got the strikeout there. Very good. Ivan Herrera, swing and a miss. What team would you recommend as a beginner? Should go straight to a rebuilding team. The benefit of a rebuilding team in this game is similar to like FM, where sometimes you'll have a board goal in FM that's like, don't get in a relegation battle or, be competitive. Similarly, the goal in this game, if you suck, is literally like, or if you're slated to be terrible, is just don't suck completely, which is fair. So the bar is decently low. I think the problem you also run into with a lot of these rebuilding teams is just, man, like 162 games is a long season. And so if you plan to, sit through a lot of the games like I do, can get pretty long, watching the losses just come through one after the other. In terms of specific team, what would be a good one for a beginner? Uh-oh. Cole, don't do this to me. Hilariously, the Minnesota Twins that I'm playing as might not be a bad one. What would be a good one? I mean, if you want to just similarly, like, if you play with Man City in the Premier League, if you just start as the Los Angeles Dodgers, the expectation is to essentially win the championship or at least get close. However, you will have like the best team in baseball and just go crazy. I think there is, especially if like you're not that familiar with baseball, playing as a team that's really, 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 really good may help sort of ease that in. Yeah, I agree. I always get annoyed when like I sim just like if I just hit, simulate game or finish day and then the team loses and the AI does something silly with like one of my pitchers. I'm like, I never would have done that. Then I just get annoyed. Oh, Mason. I think we're running into the fundamental issue where our bullpen is all imploding at the same time. Yep, another home run to Jordan Walker. Maybe the Cardinals just have our number. That's what we're learning. All right, Cody, I believe in you. There we go. My belief was correct. Oh boy. I really don't want to have to use another pitcher. I am going to use another pitcher. Come on, Orion. Nope. Got it right into center. That'll score probably one. Yep. Down by 3. All right, he gets rare to ground out. Perhaps some ninth inning heroics. Nope. Yeah. Lose 7-4. I mean, I was playing with 3 backups and then one other guy out of position. So that happens. But good Lord, the pitching was terrible. That was grim. All right. So to answer the previous question, in terms of like payment and stuff. So the kind of confusing finances table. So budget wise, we have 220 million, which is 23rd overall. For reference, there are 30 teams, 30. In terms of total money available, I have 32 million. That is split up between free agency, which are players that do not have a team, in other words, free contracts, or extensions, which is money to like extend my players. So, for example, Julian Merriweather, his contract is up at the end of the season. If I wanted to extend him, the max I could give is $25 million. Or not 25 million, 2.5 million, excuse me. Similarly, with this total money, if I traded for a player, I would then take on their contract, and that would come out of the 32 million. Do I have any retaining contracts on here? Yes. So, for example, I traded for Adley Rushman. The Baltimore Orioles, who are acquired, they are paying for 25% of his contract this year. And so that 8 million or 8.7 is what I'm paying. They're paying less. Similar to NBA with salary cap. There is no salary cap. So technically, we're the Dodgers. Yeah. So the Dodgers have a player payroll, which is the amount of money they're paying their players in total, of $400 million. Whereas you compare that to little old me, I'm at 125 million. Who else would be huge? New York Mets. Yeah, they're 334. They're third. Who's second? Yankees? Yeah, Yankees are 2. They're in the red. That's hilarious. How are they in the red? That's kind of funny. I like how they're in the red, but somehow they have 34 million for extensions. Like that math makes sense. They're also making less money. Ah, it's because their record is a lot worse than it was last season. Yeah, they won almost 30 more games than they lost last year. This year, they're at around 500. That's tough. So, no, there is no salary cap in that if the owner gives you the money, you can spend it. For example, so this owner, Tom Polland, financially he is controlling, which means he's probably not going to give me as much money as, say, Steve Cohen, who is generous. So if you do the Mets, you're going to get the money. It just may come with a higher, asking price. That said, they're 83 and 45. Fair enough. And then the accounting breaks it down further. But looking at the screen, just there's so many numbers. It's crazy. All right, I had a couple players on the injured list. Prelip, you, my friend, are going on a rehab assignment, and I need to get a fresh scouting report. One thing I will say in terms of if you're learning baseball and playing this game for the first time, on this screen, manager options, you can delegate like whatever you want to the AI. So, for example, if I go to all these levels, so this, Minnesota Twins, this is, the professional, it's the team I'm managing. But you also have in your organization all of these minor league teams, which are essentially, if you want to think of them as like B teams or U21s, U18s, similar idea, except you don't really have the age restriction, except like down here. I have 70. I need to trim these on occasion. And so, for example, I have the AI taking care of all of those minor league, like strategy, development, lineups, all of that. Promotion, demotion, so the AI can move the players up and down levels at will. You do have the freedom to lock them. So, for example, like Charlie Soto, I want him to be in AAA, the highest level, no matter what. And so I've disabled the AI's ability to move him. But yeah, so you can delegate or automate really anything um, to your heart's content. Most people, I would say, would recommend delegating the promotion demotion to your assistant. In other words, the AI, because man, it's a lot. Tis a lot. All right, let's advance to the off day. All right, fresh scouting report. This could be ugly. How ugly are we? How ugly are we looking? Hey, his stamina dropped by 20. Ay, 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 ay. I mean, yeah, that's his days as a starter done and dusted. Yep. Well, he is now a reliever, which, to be fair, is fine because as a starter, his stuff is about five or so worse, and his potential drops by five. So I think reliever is definitely in his future. A lot more control in this game than Football Manager. Uh, I would agree. I think it's also more intuitive in terms of what you can delegate versus what you have control over. I think that helps. Like, for example, and I don't do this, but I know some people do, you can set a specific player strategy. Like, for example, Byron Buxton. You can adjust similar to like the player roles and all that jazz in the tactics screen of FM. You can adjust a lot of different stuff for specific players here in terms of what you want them to do and when. I don't because I play through a lot of the games, and so it becomes a bit redundant. But if you were simming a lot, this is what you should do. Set this particular strategy. All right. No one claimed Merriweather, which we expected. So we're going to send him down. All right. Let's do some math. 29 total in AAA. I need 9 relievers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, cool. So that's still fine. That's fine. We can live with that. All right. Now we have a series against the Phillies. I am terrified. In terms of records, we're 75 and 52. They're 75 and 53. So this will be a pretty good series to judge ourselves against here. Rodin is 3 days with that moderate injury. I think I'll sit him for a bit and we'll see what happens. Freeman. How do I want to do this? Can Jose Fermin play third? Allegedly. He's honestly better at shortstop. So we'll have him at short. Freeman takes third. Is this the playoffs? No, no, no. This is just it so happens that we have the second best record in baseball right now, and we're playing the team that has the third best. So if we want to see how quote unquote good we are, be a pretty good measure. We're gonna have Matt Wallner DH or actually I lied. Gabriel Gonzalez will DH. He'll bat seventh. Walker Jenkins leads off. Bats left. Heard you say series assumed there's a playoff match. That's fair. In baseball, even in the playoffs, everything will be a series. You'll play mainly 3-game and 4-game series against teams. Occasionally, you'll get a set of 2, but rarely. Usually, it's 3 or 4. In the playoffs, it's 3, 5, 7, 7. But that'll be the only time it goes more than 4. It used to be it used to be the wild card round, which is the first playoff round, was a best of 1. So you win it, you continue on, you lose it, you go home. And as Kyle Schwarber hits a solo home run off me, you can imagine the pain of playing through 162 games. You do well enough to make the playoff, you lose 1 game and you go home. It's a bit rough. So they changed the first round to 3, which is the correct decision, in my humblest of opinions. Our offense has done nothing, but I have faith, as Luke Keeschel immediately lines out. Wallner grounds out Buxton. Hits it deep to left. That's going to be caught. Chris Sanchez is on less than 50 pitches. Less than ideal. If you get, that's kind of what I mean about the run animation thing. Like, by all accounts, he should be safe. But because it made it look like he was going for a lovely jog, he got out. But I understand why you do that. Gabriel Gonzalez flew out. That's another animation that gets me, where off the bat, it looks like the ball was sent into space. It just went on such a high arc, and then it comes down like 300 feet later. It's quite sad. Fromber, don't do this to me. Just between me and you, don't do this to me. Oh, boy. Wild pitch moves him to third. This could get hideous. All right, he gets Rojas. Aiden Miller walks. All right, that's going to be it for Fromber. Not great, but not terrible. We'll see if Cantorino can shut him down. To third, home for 1. All right, I'll take that. Schwarber, don't hit another home run. Good man, he struck out. All right, pretty good then. Pretty good line from Fromber, but man, our offense is doing nothing. Nada. Zip. Zilch. Zero. Freeman pops up. I cannot wait for Culpepper to get back so I can stop playing Jose Fermin every day. All right, Jenkins walks. We're gonna run on Marshawn. Let's have some fun. What's the worst that could happen? To get caught stealing? I did, in fact, get caught stealing. That's hilarious. What's the most influential position in baseball? Oh, what a question. What a question. As we get a nice double play ball there. I think hilariously, similarly to sorry, Slayer walks. Mason Montgomery, I believe in you. We're okay. Hilariously, similarly to soccer, where you want the most important thing to be your spine, like, really good goalkeeper, really good center back, really good center midfielder, really good striker. Similarly, in baseball, as Luke Keeschel hits a home run, especially defensively, like you want a really good defensive catcher, really good defensive shortstop, especially, and then a really good defensive center fielder. I defensively, those are probably the big three. Maybe like third base here instead of catcher. But like, for example, like Adley Rushman at catcher, he has a positive frame rating, i.e., how well he turns a ball into a strike with his glove. And then he has thrown out 29% of runners, which is pretty good compared to Rafael Marchand, who has thrown out 30%, so slightly better. So I'd say those are pretty good. But yeah, I would say defensively, shortstop is definitely number one, then probably center fielder. What a magnificent camera view. Ah! It's kind of funny as Gabriel Gonzalez gets it down. It's nice when other teams' bullpens just implode and not just me. It's a lovely feeling. And then the other influential position that would be obvious would be your starting pitcher, i.e., the person who starts with the ball for you. So, like in this game, it was Christopher Sanchez for the Cardinals, Framber Valdez for me. They're the guys who they're going to pitch the majority of innings for you. The downside, though, is they only pitch once every 5 days. That is a good question, though. But yeah, I think defensively, it's definitely shortstop, center fielder. Could debate the third. You can't debate is that Mason Montgomery is killing me. Oh, boy. Do I want Watanabe to try to get me like 2 innings of work? I'm a little scared. And he walked Corber. Mason, you are actually depressing. All right, he gets Rim Muto. That is it for Mason. We're going Mikihiko Watanabe for the 4-out save. Mercado hits it deep to center and gone. Oh, that escalated quickly. That's what I get for bringing in my closer in the 8th. All right, Jenkins is aboard. Keishel grounds out. That helps me none. Wallner pops it up. I'm very afraid to check out Matt Wallner's numbers for the month of August. I have a feeling they're going to be pretty low. Buxton gets it down and right. Jenkins should score, and he does. We cut the lead to 1. Wild pitch moves Buxton. That's fine. Try to find some numerical examples for that shortstop thing earlier. All right, Watanabe. If you can just get me this inning, I would greatly appreciate it. And can he get Miller? Yes, he can. Cool. All right. We go to the bottom of the 9th. We're down by 1. Mydroth and Gonzalez are definitely going to bat. Oh, good. Number 1 in the league in saves I'm going up against. Lovely. Love that for us. Gonzalez strikes out. I'm going to pinch hit for Freeman. We're going to give an injured Alan Roden the bat. Hits it up into center. Caught. Yeah. I mean, yeah, bullpen blew that. Montgomery got popped. He has had a terrible, terrible month. He's actually had a wow, he's just been terrible. He had a really good April. Since then, it's been pretty grim. His underlying numbers are still really good, though. So I'll take that. All right, let me find an example. I need a good shortstop defensively and a terrible shortstop defensively. What's Ezekiel Tovar defensively in this game? Yep, that'll do. So, to give numbers to my previous answer about influential defensive positions. So, in real life, and specifically in this game, they added these percentile rankings. One of them is called fielding run value. And all run value essentially means is how many runs out of 100 you are either helping your team get or preventing the other team from getting. So Ezekiel Tovar, shortstop, is in the 91st percentile, which is awesome. And he has prevented essentially 10 runs from being scored through his defense, which is really, really good. However, if I were to take, let's say, a bad defensive shortstop, what's Mydroth? Yeah, Mydroth, he's in the 65th percentile, 2.5. I need a terrible defensive shortstop. La 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 la. How's McGonagall rated? Yeah. So Kevin McGonagall, who in real life is really good defensively, but I'm not getting on that. His fielding run value is a negative 1.2, which means he has cost his team 1.2 runs out of 100 by his quote unquote bad defense. Oh, that's why. They're playing him at second base like idiots. Sometimes the AI does silly things. They really do. Can you not give them individual training to improve in the defense? You can. I can't access it now because it is not the off season. In the off season, there's a thing called developmental lab where you can choose specific things for players to work on. So, for example, Matt Wallner, what was he in 2026? Yeah, last year, Matt Wallner, negative 23.3 fielding run value, which means he cost us 23 runs out of 100 last year. I don't want to talk about it. Then in the offseason, we worked on improving his defense, and he's up still in the first percentile and at negative 15.1. Admittedly, a bad example, but that is something you can work on. Furthermore, What would be a good screen to find this on? Do. What would be the easiest way to find this on? I can't find it quickly. I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, that is something you can do. You can also, similarly to FM, you can train them to find a new position. So, for example, Alan Roden, who by rating is an outfielder. So he should play in left field, center field, right field. However, I have a billion right fielders, and my starting third baseman has been out with a torn quad for a month and a half. And so I decided to throw Alan Roden to the Wolves at third base, even though he'd never done it before. If I wanted to try to make him a permanent third baseman in that development lab in the offseason, I can train him in a new position to see if he could get that third base rating up. But it's not as like in FM, you can literally trade them on like X, Y, and Z to try to improve this. The development lab, it's a little more of a shotgun spread, and you kind of hope you get the right things improved. It's not necessarily as micro, I would say. I think since he is, how long is the injury for? 2 more days. I'm just going to have Freeman take over at third in the meantime. I think I'll just save that. All right, let's play game 2. Then I think we'll sim game 3, see how it goes. I think I'm just abandoning that Miguel Amaya idea for reasons that seem obvious. All right, same idea. Matt Wallner to DH, Gonzalez to right. He can bat 6th. Jenkins to left. I just have not played Emmanuel Rodriguez a lot. And, kind of makes me sad. But also, he is kind of the odd man out in this here equation. Rushman's at 97% fitness. He's fine. All right, let's rock and roll. Joe Ryan for us. Jesus Luzardo for the Phillies. Our bullpen blew the last game. Let's see if we can win this one. All right, Rushman's on second. Come on, Gabriel. Hits it up. Caught. Not deep enough to advance. Rushman. Mydroth walks. Just picked up the game. Nice. Chose the Cubs. The Cubs are also a good option. That's actually a good shout because also in the Cubs, you're in a very winnable division because you're in the NL Central with not some great teams. Because pretty much you and the Pirates, Brewers are okay. Cardinals and the Reds, not great. Yeah, it's possible. It is indeed possible. Fermin and Luke Kieshler aboard. Please, Matt Wallner. Popped it up again. I really should have had like a pop-up tracker in the bottom left that I can just add to every time we pop it up to the infield. No, glad you picked up the game. Hope you have a lot of fun with it. One thing I also like about Out of the Park compared to Football Manager, and it's, this isn't FM's fault, is Out of the Park Baseball takes so much less like processing power of the computer. My laptop doesn't sound like a jet engine when I'm going through matches. It's just calmer. It's just calmer. All right. I'm gonna see if Joe can get me a couple outs and then we'll run away. Oh, lead off double to Remuto. And McCarthy with the 2-run shot. That is what I get for trying to stretch Joe Ryan out a little bit more. I'm not going to learn my lesson. We're going to keep him in. I should have learned my lesson. All right, I've learned my lesson. Get him out. Festa, I believe in you. Duh. Well, Joe Ryan had a good stat line. Then I left him in too long. I dropped the ball in this year's FM. The UI is horrible, and the laptop sounds like an airplane monitor. New tactics features are fun. Very welcome. I enjoy them. Yeah, I agree. I didn't buy, or rather, that's not true. I bought FM26, played it for a bit, and just determined that I didn't think I was going to have as much fun of it as previous iterations. So I just, did the old fashioned Steam refund and yeeted myself out of there. But I think it definitely looks better now. But also, I'm playing this, I'm doing other games. So I didn't feel like I need it. Yeah, I agree. The UI making everything and their brother a pop-up window was a weird choice. But, they also didn't help that they didn't cancel FM25 until like 3 months before it's going to be released. They just delayed it again. And they're like, hey, we're going to cancel it. And everybody's like, what? Why? Because if you thought it was ready, what changed? Anything for us in the ninth? Nope. We got shut out. 3 hits the whole day, 3 walks, nothing. I left Joe Ryan in too long. That one's on me. His stat line was looking really good there for a bit. Out of Park Baseball seems fairly consistent. There were releases. Oh, yeah. Yep, I agree. Out of Park Baseball comes out usually in late stages of March. Uh-oh. Suspension in the minor leagues. Well, Quentin Young punched somebody, so he is suspended for 3 days. That's kind of rough, but it's fine. Is he on my prospect short list? He is. Cool. You're kidding. So, Connor Prelip last season tore his UCL in September. He missed 11 months. I send him down to an injury rehab assignment in AAA. He then tears the meniscus in his knee and is out for the rest of the season. That injury proneness is going to change direct. Oh man, he made 2 appearances. Goodness gracious. Well, yep. That's just rotten luck. That does indeed. To be fair, he didn't do all that well last year before he got hurt, but it was more that, I'd like him to get that time in the minor leagues. Let's sim game 3 of the Philly series. Hey, we won. Yay! Culpepper is back. Has he had a disappointing season? Yes, but it's fine. He's 24. All right. So now I have kind of a decision to make regarding what I want to do. Do I keep Jose for me? How has he done defensively? Let's look. Second base, he's done pretty good at second base. Shortstop, range is okay. Zone rating is tragic. And I have Tyler Freeman for that second base spot, though he hasn't done as well. But I think having both those two gets a bit redundant. And when does Royce Lewis come back? 2 days. Yeah. So really, this is a 2-day decision. Though the rosters do expand in like 3 days, so I might have to do something there. So yeah, I think we're gonna send down Fermin back to AAA. He's out of option years, so we got to waive him. Do I want to DPA him? I'm just gonna waive him and see if anyone claims him. Oh wait, no, that was dumb of me. Hold on. Wave and DPA. There we go. All right, so now Culpepper can return, and he will immediately come back as our shortstop. What's your weaknesses in your team, bench or starters? First thing is injuries. Like, we got destroyed, especially last year with injuries. We got torched. Like Byron Buxton, one of our star players, famously, doesn't do great with injury wise. He has had 1, 2, 3, 4. He's had 7 injuries this year, had 6 last season. Granted, a lot of these are like day to day things that are under a week, but then you get hit with like a 4-week or a 3-week thing, and it's like, oh, God, why? In terms of actual numbers, we're top 3 in almost every offensive category. And this is out of the 15 teams in your league, not the 30 teams total. Pitching wise, we're okay. Defensively, we're not great. That is essentially down to the fact that I'm playing Matt Wallner in right field, who has okay defensive ratings. He has a 70 out of 80 arm, and yet he's just killing. Actually, I can look. Defensive stats. There they are. Yeah, like Matt Wallner, terrible defensively and right. Gabriel Gonzalez, one of our guys off our bench, is equally not very good. So that does hurt. Like, is there a way? Nearly converted this to a CSV file there. I don't think there's a way to see the straight run value metrics, but like Rushman's probably positive. Yeah, Rushman's positive. Keishel's negative. So him in the field defensively, he's cost me about 6 runs. Trey Morgan wouldn't play enough. Culpepper, he is literally average at 50. Walker Jenkins is positive, surely. Yeah, he saved me 4.5. Buxton's positive. Yeah, 72. And then Wallner, as discussed, grim. So defensively, honestly, is our weakness. And the fact that because of injuries, I'm having to play like a guy like Alan Roden at third base when he's never played third base in his life. So that's the part that does kind of suck. All right. So we have the Athletics. I'm actually going to sim through games 1 and 2 and then just play game 3. That way we can get into September and have a good time. Hey, we won 3-1. Very good. Very good. Only had 3 hits the whole game. Yikes. Pretty good. Zebby Matthews went 8 1/3. Look at our boy. Look at our lad. Tapa got the win. That's good. All right, let's sim game 2. Oh, we lost 1-5. Grim. Another downside of the defensive issues. It looks like Tyler Freeman had 2 errors at third base, which led to 5 runs being scored. So even though both Cantorino and Keckering score, like 2 runs were scored against Cantorino, 3 were scored against Keckering. None of those count as earned runs. So it won't count against them in their stats because Tyler Freeman decided to have 2 defensive errors at third base. Remember when I traded for this guy at the deadline? That was a choice. All right, let's go into game 3. What a perfect time to illustrate our defensive woes, eh? All right. So what am I missing? So Trey Morgan goes to first. He'll bat. How do I want to do this? We'll have Culpepper bat second. Drop. Oh, Rodin's healthy again. Okay, so Rodin can take third. Mydroth and Morgan drop. I need a DH. We'll do Gabriel Gonzalez to bat fifth. Walker Jenkins in left. That's how we will roll. Are the minor leagues where you'd find all young, upcoming talents? Yes, both in terms of your organization, that's where your prospects will be. In terms of how you get those players on your team, you can obviously either trade for them, from other teams, or there is a draft, which is not in Football Manager unless you decide to manage in MLS, which more power to you if you've chosen to do that. There is a draft where you can draft players that play in college and high school and then sign them to deals to get in your system. Obviously, high school players, they're going to be like, 17, 18, 19 years old. So they're going to take like, 4, 5, 6 years to get up to your, major league team. But they may have really high potential, just might take them a bit to get there. College players, they're going to be a lot more well-rounded, might be able to play with your team within 2 years, 3, maybe 1 if they're really, 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 really good. But yeah, minor league teams is where you find your prospects all around. What I do is I just create a short list of all my top prospect guys. So Kalen Culpepper, one of my top prospects, he's on my prospect short list just so I have somewhere I can go to be like, how are these guys doing? So track their progress. That keeps it easy. All right. 1-all. Jenkins and Culpepper aboard. Let's keep it going. I also completely forgot. You know what? Let's do it. Matt Wallner, give me your monthly splits. August. Oh, it's been his worst month. I knew it. I knew it. Yep. Not great. But alas, has any baseball player gone straight from high school to MLB, or is the route always college, minors, MLB? I need to look up 2 players on my other screen really quickly to remind myself. Very simply, did Ken Griffey Jr. play at all in the minor leagues? Okay, yes, he did. Dang it. Yeah, Ken Griffey Jr. is a famous example because he signed at 17 and was playing with the Seattle Mariners at 19 years old. Trying to think of any other famous examples I can just get off the dome. Aha! MLB.com has a wonderful article that is called Players to Go Straight from the Draft to the major leagues. However, a lot of these are college guys. That doesn't count. High school. There might be someone obvious that I'm forgetting, but I don't think there is. Some guys have gotten close where they're in the major leagues at like 19, 20 years old. All right. To the bottom of the fifth we go. Framber Valdez is at 71 pitches. He should be okay for another inning. And he is. Very good, sir. Meanwhile, my offense once again doing nothing. Festa. Oh boy. David. David. Chopper to second. Easy out. Most rookies in MLB are between 22 to 24. I would upscale that a little bit to probably. Nah, you have rookies at 23. I would say 23, 24, 25. Usually around there. Because a lot of the college guys drafted, it might be after like their second or third year of college, in which case you're probably, 21 years old, 22, fears of the minors, and then you're good. I forgot to warm someone up to replace Festa, but it's fine. Mason. Mason, so help me. Good man. All he's getting me is one inning. I'm not bringing him back out there. Whole lot different to soccer where you have 17, 20. Yep. Yeah, it's very different. I would agree there. 100%. Matt Wallner, deep to left field, gone. A solo shot for our superstar. Well done, sir. I am now promptly. Actually, no, I can't take him out now because they're in offense. There we go. Oh, Trace Mydroth is cold. Love that. Love that for us. That's actually really bad because we need the owner to like our shortstop upgrade. All right. Quick defensive subs. Emmanuel Rodriguez into right for Wallner. Watanabe coming in for the save. Mikihiko, I need you to not break my heart. Thank you. You got Nick Kurtz. We got the win. Ooh, that was sketchy at the end, but we got it done. Very good from the pitching staff. Fromber, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 8 Ks. Our ace is back. Who's the youngest player I got right now? 22? Yeah. Like I have a 22-year-old out here, Walker Jenkins. I think last year with me, he would have been 21. This is the rare exception to the rule, where you have really young guys like this that are like, yo, let's do it. Yeah, like Gabriel Gonzalez, 23. So yeah, I take it back. I think 22 to 24 is a good range. Then my pitching staff is just ancient. Yay, Royce Lewis is back. So yeah, Alan Roden is going back to AAA. I think that's just the objectively correct thing to do. And then we are going to reset his position to the outfield. Good Lord, that was terrible. Who knew that playing someone in a position they never played in their whole life would have such catastrophic results? Who could have seen that coming? All right. So Royce Lewis is back. That is going to change quite a bit of the calculus, I think. How do I want to do this? Mydroth, 8. Royce Lewis, 7. I think that's fine. Here's a question for the owner: is my draft higher? Yeah, Culpepper. Okay. All right, so that's done. And now let me advance the day so we can get into September. Get the old player development update. This could be good or it could be terrible. Yeah, Prelip we already knew. Keckering got worse. Dude, you're killing me. I don't know how he got worse. He's playing out of his mind. Charlie Soto improved. Lovely. Lovely. Ben Ross got worse. That's a bit of a shame. Oh, Cohen Aiken got worse. If anyone was wondering how our signing from 2 months ago is doing. Some of the guys we drafted are finding the mean. All right, roster expansion. So our roster has increased from 26 to 28. I need to find 2 players to get called up. First is obvious. I need one more person in my bullpen. I'm a little annoyed that Connor Prelip is hurt, or else it probably would have been him. Yeah, like, do I think there's a real point in calling Julian Merriweather back? Or should I just go for someone like Marco Rea and see what he's got? I think that's kind of where I'm at. Rea, I could go Angel Felipe. Let's compare the men really quick. So Felipe gets me better movement, better home run rate. Potential obviously is worse, but that's because he's 30. Stats wise, I hate that on the comparison screen I can't see minor league stats. That seems like an easy thing to fix. I'm going to call up Angel Felipe. I think we're going to give him a shot. And then if it doesn't work out, we'll probably just DFA him and then he'll be a free agent after this year. He only has 30 stamina. He'll join the setup group. And he can be 7th or later. Okay, now I can call up another fielder. I'm trying to think of what I want to do here because Royce Lewis, I want to play a lot of third base. Culpepper, I want to play a lot at short. Chase Mydroth, unfortunately, has become ice cold. But if he's going to be our future starter, he needs to play. I honestly might go 3 catchers, but at that point, like, what's the point of Miguel Amaya? If I just go 3 catchers. Does he have option years left? No. How's Eduardo Tait doing? Let's check on the prospect before I make any decisions. I mean, he's not doing great. This is the other downside of our AAA team sucking, that a lot of these guys aren't getting the development that we want. How's Ronnie doing in AA? Oh, he's crushing it. That's good. Who do I want to call up? I could go Eric Wagaman if I just want a bat. Merrick Houston. Honestly, it might be Merrick Houston. Backup shortstop. Spell him with Culpepper. His bat is sucked. Like, I roll, like, behind the scenes, whatever dice roll on Merrick Houston, like his potential, we got like a 1. His potential's just died. Henry Mendez might be a good shout, but I have so many outfielders. God, he's so good. Ben Ross just got worse in development. It might be Merrick Houston, just to see what he can do at short. No. I talked myself out of that immediately. Hmm. I could go then Vison de los Santos. Similar idea if I just want to bat up here. It might honestly be three catchers, but that just seems like a waste. Or I go I go six pitchers, and I call up Sproat or Charlie Soto. But Soto's doing really well in AAA. I don't quite want to mess with that. That's a pickle, ain't it? Who do I want? Could call up John Klein, give him some run. I don't really know if there's a benefit to going six pitchers deep, though. It would reduce the chance of injury, certainly, especially because Fromber's been hurt this year. Mick Abel's been up and down in AAA. Could give John Klein. Yeah, because honestly, like, infield is pretty set. I have no interest in Jose Fermin or Levon Soto. Outfield, I have too many guys already. We're going six. John Klein. I need to sign Klein or Sproat. Let me set him to starter just so I can compare the men. All right, let's compare the men. So Sproat, better movement, better home run rate, worse control potential. Hmm. If I'm going who deserves it, I'm going to go Brandon Sproat. We are going to give him some run as we're going to go 6-man rotation. That could backfire. I also need someone up in AAA bullpen now. And that man is Carson Jacobs. That man has a sub 1 ERA with 10 saves in AA. Well done, sir. You've earned your promotion. The Cubs injured list is rough. Oh yeah, that is very true. That is very true. Ah yes, Pete Crow Armstrong, one of the best center fielders in baseball. Very, very good. Yeah, Burr's gonna miss the whole season. That hurts. All right, let me advance the day just so all of those get through. All right, so let's tinker with this how we want to. I think Luke Keeschel will become our backup second baseman. Freeman, backup third. Mydroff, backup short. Then I think so I still want Mydroff to play a lot. Let's say every 5 games, we'll have Keeschel slide over. Trey Morgan can take first. I think that's okay. Defensively, I mean, I don't really want to rotate anything except Gonzalez is pretty hot. Trey Morgan's doing okay. I'm almost tempted to bench Trey Morgan and just give Gabriel Gonzalez the look the rest of the way at DH. Yeah, he's not doing that great either. I think we'll keep it like this. Save. Copy it. All right, I'm just going to paste over that whole lineup and depth chart. And now let's look at the old lefty splits. Good God, it's grim. All right, so Mydroff cannot hit lefties. So he's out. Trey Morgan has also been terrible. So he's out. I think we go Gonzalez at DH, batting sixth. And yeah, Tyler Freeman then batting eighth at second. Yeah, I mean, that's really it. Like Walker Jenkins has been terrible against lefties also, but I think I'd rather have his defense at that point. And we'll have Miguel Amaya be the pinch hitting lad. Yeah, we really can't afford any injuries to our lineup, or else lefties are just going to kill us every day, which is a shame. All right, let me save really quick. All right, pretty big series against the Tigers. They're 5.5 games back right now. I think if we win this series and then do okay against them when we play them in a week, the division should be ours. What is our magic number? 24. All right, to clinch. Though really it's less than that because we're like 10 games up of the wild card. All right. Ooh, actually, I need to make a choice. Do I want Brandon Sproat to start against the Tigers and the Mariners? Both options suck. But you know what, Brandon? No. I want him playing against the Mariners. All right. Let's keep the order the same. Joe Ryan on the mound for us. Casey Mize for the Tigers. Oh, Casey Mize. Looks like the Tigers gave him an extension in game. What'd they give him? 3 years. Oh my God, his ratings are terrible in game. Oh, he got hurt. Then they had him in triple. Why does the AI do this? I can't. This is why I could never manage the Tigers in this game, since they're my team, and I just get infuriated when the AI does anything, or with any of the ratings. I just get mad. All right, Royce Lewis, bring him home. He brought him home. He got out, but he did bring him home. So technically, I can't be mad. We're up 1-0. Gonzalez swinging a miss. Did Casey Mize get hurt and I just didn't notice? Is that what happened? I need to look at that screen again because I thought it was a different pitcher at a certain point. Yep. Casey Mize got hurt. Or are they using him as a... Yeah, he got hurt. Herniated disc. I'm sorry, Casey. You can walk, Luke Keeschel. I'm not going to be too upset there. Because they're going to do a bullpen day and we can have some long ABs. I'm a happy man. Buxton walks. All right, bases are loaded. Adley Rushman to the plate. Full count. And he grounds out to third. Thanks, Adley. Oh, no, the error. Not like this. Why is Kerry Carpenter playing first base? Y'all, why does the AI do the things they do? Trey Morgan strikes out, but we do have the lead. And they have Javi Baez on second. McGonigal pops up. Very good, very good. Nothing for us in the fourth. But again, the Tigers, it's like they have a runner on second every single inning. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, and Casey gets it down. That might score a carry. And it does. Fair play. Look at Owen Casey getting reps. When they traded for him at the deadline. Fair enough. Fair enough. Quit stealing on my catcher. All right, Buxton, or excuse me, Keisha's on second for Buxton, and they walk him. Come on, Rushman, you let me down before. And he struck out. Hey, yay, yay. Trey Morgan. Oh, no, the error. Kevin McGonigal. The AI putting him at second and Kerry Carpenter at first is just infuriating. Royce Lewis flies out to center to end my fun. Bottom of the fifth we go. Let's see if Joe Ryan can give me the inning. Nope. Immediately. Two men are aboard. Yeah, and then how Felipe is at 66% fatigue, so he's not going to be playing for a hot second. McGonigal pops up. Very good. Now a double play from Torque and we're out of here. And he walked him. That'll be it for Jay. You know what? You can get Riley Green. I believe in you. Sack fly to center. That is what it is. As long as no one else scores, I'm happy with it. Here's Carey. Grounder to first. The relay in time. All right. Bases loaded. One out. They only get one run. I'll take that trade, but that'll definitely be it for Joe Ryan. I'm really worried that his stamina is going to take a hit in the offseason. Just feels like we're on that path. As Keishel, Rushman on the corners, Trey Morgan deep to center field. Gah! A home run for the first baseman today. Very good from him. Royce Lewis flies out to the warning track. Oh, what could have been. I think the good thing about Trey Morgan is he walks a bunch. He's an 87 percentile, doesn't strike out. So if we can get that slugging consistent, I think he'd be a pretty good DH. Designated hitter. So I don't need him to field. I got Luke Keishel for that. Festa gets Torque. All right. Very, very good. Sorry about that. OBS decided it wanted to yell at me about my audio for a second. Is the guy who just promoted Trey Morgan? No. I promoted two pitchers. I'm keeping my hitters the same because everyone that's here, like, I want to play. So Trey Morgan, actually, to provide an additional answer to the previous question about where you find like prospects and stuff. In baseball, there's a thing called the Rule 5 draft, which is essentially you don't have to take anyone, but you can take a prospect from another team. However, they have to be on your major league roster the whole season. If they're not, then they go back to their previous team. So we took Trey Morgan to be a designated hitter for us so that I didn't have to worry about him being in the field. So far, he's been pretty good. Happy about that from him. Um, yeah, I think I'm going to get Cole Sands for this. I think the downside of calling up Felipe is I only have two lefties in my bullpen, which is a little scary. All right. I'm going to get Justin Tapa for this save. Watanabe is only at 78%, and that's just a touch too low for me, I think. I think we're going to try to give Tapa another save chance here. I'm going to pinch hit for Matt Wallner. He's 0 for 4. Doesn't have it today. We'll see if Erod can get me literally anything. I mean, he got me something in that he hit the ball. He hit it directly to the first baseman. But you know what? He gave me something. And Buxton strikes out. All right. Defensive subs. Emmanuel Rodriguez goes into right. Justin Tapa comes in to pitch and get the save. And he does. We take game 1 5-3. Trey Morgan, have a day. He was a double shy of the cycle. He had a single, a triple, and a home run. Very good, sir. Festa gets his 6th win. Good gig. Good gig being one of my long relievers. If you can get it. That's a really good win for us. Let me advance. Personal message. Hey, Luke Keishel signed his contract extension. Very good. The fan increases slightly. Oh, only slightly. Thanks, fans. Happy with that. So we signed Luke Keishel to an 8-year deal. I think the benefit of doing this, I don't know if we actually save money. I mean, we certainly save money in his age 29 through 32 seasons. We are spending more money in the next 4 years, or in the next 3 years, out of the 4 for arbitration. So happy with the contract. It is a little heavy in the first few years. So if he regresses, we might be in some trouble. However, he's worth 4.3 wins above replacement. He's crushing it. He now is up to a 60 current rating, which has not changed the whole season. Get him locked down. Really happy with that. Yeah, he's pretty good. In real life, I believe the Twins are playing Luke Keishel almost exclusively at second base. I could be wrong on that one. Let me double check in real time. Yeah, they're playing him at second base. I decided to move him to first because in this game, typically the infield range of 50 is a little low for a second baseman. I think typically for a second baseman, you want 55, 60. So, for example, like Chase Mydroth has a 65 infield range. Very, very good defensive second baseman. So I moved him to first where his defensive ratings are perfectly fine to get that done. I also need to move Mydroth back to second now. Dang, I hope that would change his ratings. It did not. That is all right. All right, let us play game 2. Mydroth is still cold, but I'm going to give him the start because, I mean, he's playing for his job next season, so either he hits out of it or he doesn't. I'm going to give Matt Wallner the day off. Erod is going to get the start in right. How are the personalities in your team? Cubs have one outspoken player, no negative personalities. We're pretty good. We have one captain, which is Royce Lewis, 4 leaders. Keep in mind, one of the leaders is a guy just called up like 30 minutes of real time ago. We have one outspoken guy in Watanabe. Typically, the ones you don't want are disruptive and selfish. Outspoken is fine. Unmotivated is okay. There is a setting. Yeah, here it is. So if you click on the middle wheel here that says League Options, and then click on Players and Team, under the player personality setting, there is a show player personality ratings on the profile page. I don't know if this is checked by default. If it's not, click it because then I can see a breakdown of, like, for example, Kalen Culpepper. He's high in loyalty. He's low in adaptability. So if I try to move him to a different position, it might not work. But he's also low in financial ambition. So I know that he's not going to complain, you know, that much if I offer him a too low contract, and he's not going to demand an insane amount of money compared to who's got no one has low loyalty on this team. That's nice. Trying to find an example of somebody with that being low. I don't think we got it. Dang. Anyway, um, you won't know it for everyone. Sometimes you have to have them a certain level of scouted, or it just might be completely like indifferent down the middle. But yeah, personally good. I think typically my sweet spot is try to get one captain and then two or three leaders, and you'll be pretty good. Because even there, like it gives you a little blurb at the bottom that for me, I'm led by Royce Lewis, who's our captain. He's done his best to take control of the room. It shows how far the guys are behaving. Everyone's pretty much happy because we're winning. The only unhappy guy is Brendan Sproat because he was in the minor leagues and he just wasn't happy about that, which, fair enough. Fair enough. All right. What I do? Oh yeah, Wallner to the bench. Erod, right field. Let's rock. Nothing in the first. Quite boring. Oh, Taj Bradley is hurt. Back spasms, 4 days. Okay, that's fine. That means he'll make his next start, especially because we have a six-man rotation now. It does mean we're in a good old-fashioned bullpen day today. Neat. Mason. So help me. I think Mason Montgomery might get traded in the offseason. Like his ratings are really, really good. Some of his percentiles are pretty nice, but man, like his expected ERA is a 2.9. In actuality, 4.6. Like that is the difference between a really good ERA and like the worst on our team. Which is kind of wild when you think about it like that. As Royce Lewis is on second, Culpepper, nothing. Ooh, do I need fresh scouting reports on those two since they were hurt? Culpepper, I do. Royce Lewis, I do. All right, I need to remember to do that. The good news is, compared to FM, is if you have a player signed to a contract, they won't complain about wanting more money. All right, it is a bullpen day. I'm going to see if Mason can get me a couple outs in the fourth to salvage something. Right now, it's not looking all that pretty. And he walked Dylan Dingle. All right, that's it for him. We're going Funderburk. Clean fifth. How many pitches is he on? 22. Let's do some math. If we go Cantorino, yeah, I think we'll go Cantorino next and just reload it. Yep. Yeah, the handling the player dynamics in FM, not an exact science and also very annoying. There we go. Dingler, swing and a miss. Very good from Cantorino. Oh. Matt, I really hoped you could get me 2 innings, buddy. All right, he gets Garcia to K. Oh, Trevor Larnick, our old friend. How has he done this season for them? Oh, he's been a backup. That's depressing. That's a shame. I traded him to the Tigers specifically so he'd play. They have not, in fact, played him. Oh, an error. Who are they giving that to? Mydroff? Grim. He's struggling offensively. He's struggling defensively. He's killing me. Looking through every player and the stats are interesting. Oh, yeah. I think them adding the percentile rankings to the right side of the screen, which you can't see right now, obviously, because you just started, like when those go, it just adds so much more information to how you build the team. McGonigal with an RBI single. Methinks we're not going to win this one. Yay, Royce Lewis home run. We're on the board. Anything for us in the ninth? Nope. All right, we lose 1-4. I mean, Royce Lewis had 3 of our 6 hits. If you want an explanation for how we missed the guy, there you go. Bullpen day didn't go great. Taj Bradley will make his next start, which is good. And now I need. Who do I need fresh scouting reports on? Miguel Amaya, Lewis, Culpepper, Erod. Let's get those. Pitching wise, anyone? Nope, everything's very high. Perfecto. All right, Royce Lewis, anything crazy from his injury? Nope, everything is the same. He literally has not progressed and he has not regressed at any point in this set. His offensive ratings have been the exact same since the first scouting report and current one. The only thing that changed is his speed went up by 5. That is quite funny. All right, Erod. No change, which is a little annoying. But he also hasn't played that much, which probably why. Culpepper, okay, this could hurt. He was injured for a bit. Hey, his overall went back up to a 50. That's very good because it dipped to a 45, but now it's back up. Very nice there. All right, last thing we're going to do is play through this here Tigers game. We got Zebby Matthews for us, Tarek Skubal on the mound for the Tigers. I'm going to make a quick change. I'm going to have Luke Keeschel take second. Trey Morgan is going to take first because he's hot. We're just going to play the guy. And I will give Culpepper. I'm not giving Culpepper the day off. Listen. I know how terribly my backups have played. Hi, Tarek Skubal. How you doing? How's it going? I'm expecting this to be a massacre. We might get no hit. Oh, and now Zebby Matthews is hurt. Remember when I was asked the question like an hour ago, what's been the weakness of our team? And my first answer was injuries. Behold, on back-to-back days, both my starters just got hurt. All right. So his is a sore back, which is a week. I'll have to see if I want to put him on the IL or not. All right, we're going Cody Sands. Bullpen day once again. Good thing I added another bullpen arm and starter in September call-ups. There we go. Very good from Walker Jenkins. Culpepper scores. We're on the board. Let the record show we scored a run against Tarek Skubal. It is possible. All right, Cole, can you give me the 5th? Yes, he can. That's clutch. 2 on, 2 outs. Royce Lewis. Hits it into right. That's down. I don't know if that'll score the run. It does. Rushman is very ambitious. Tarek Skubal is still in the game to face Gabriel Gonzalez, and he grounded out. All right. Not bad. Honestly, if you'd have given me 2 runs in 6 innings against Skubal, I'd take that to the bank. Clean 6 from Festa. How do I want to do this? If I need 3 guys, Felipe for the 7th, Tapa for the 8th, Watanabe for the 9th. Think that's the move. And Wallner lines out. There goes that. All right. Angel Felipe making his debut with us this year because he played in 2 whole games last season. Oh, and he's immediately allowed 2 base runners. And Kerry Carpenter has hit a 3-run go-ahead homer. Well, that sucked. Justin Tapa, get ready. And he walked Owen Casey. I mean, I'm leaving him in to face Adalis Garcia. Wow. Well, I might DFA Felipe after 1 game. Is that too harsh? I don't know. Justin Tapa, good luck. Yeah. Down by 3 now. Solo shot from Buxton. They cut it 2. In case we tie, let's get Watanabe warming up. Gonzalez goes down swinging. Culpepper flies out to center, and that leaves us with Walker Jenkins, who walks. Tying runs at the plate. Luke Keeschel, fresh off a contract extension. And he struck out. Fair enough. All right. We lose 5-3. Felipe, no outs, 3 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 walks. His ERA is technically infinity right now. Technically, it is infinity because he has only allowed runs and does not have a single out. So I need to make the decision of whether or not I just waive and DFA him now and call up somebody else, or do I stick with it with him? How's my bullpen doing in terms of fitness? Yeah, we're pretty good. I think I'll keep him up and see if he has another good start. Fresh report on Miguel Amaya. No change. Fair enough. All right. So we got a little bit into September. I think bad news is because we lost the series against the Tigers, they are now 4.5 games back on us. And we didn't do that great to end August, so that'll be a particularly fun time. Looking at the standings, we were still doing really, really good. 4.5 games up on the Tigers, so we're a bajillion games up on the wild card. We're 8 games up. Not too worried about that, but I think the upcoming games against, or the upcoming series, I should say, against the Mariners and the Tigers will determine a whole lot. Zebby, 5 days. Oh, yeah, then he's fine. He'll make his next start. Because Mick, Sprout, Valdez, Ryan, Taj. Yeah, all right, cool. So Zebby will make his next start. We're good. All good there. No need for the IL, which is good. Very good, very good, very good. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I think I'll stop it here. I won't play any games off stream because the Mariners Tigers series are the 2 most important the rest of the way. So We'll pick up tomorrow with those two series, play through a bit of September, see how far we get, and then just go from there. Overall, pretty happy with it. I think we'll see how we do on the run in. But that is it for me, everyone. Thank you all for watching. We will have another stream tomorrow, and then that will be it, unfortunately, the rest of the week, as I have some traveling to do. But there should still be a couple episodes uploaded to YouTube just to help fill that backlog. So that is it for me. Thank you, everyone watching, and I will see you next time.